Hi everyone, I'm Glenda with SureFit Designs, and so many of you know me as Glenda the Good Stitch. This year we're going into a brand new three-part series called Sew Simple Shirts. Last year we did a whole series called Sew Simple, Sew the Three Basic Blouses, and in that series we focused on the bodice pattern from the dress kit. This year, we're going to focus on the shirt pattern, but I want to make sure that you understand the differences between the bodice pattern and the shirt pattern because they provide you two totally different platforms of patterns to work with, and of course this just increases the versatility of all the different designs that you can make. So let's take a quick look at the bodice front pattern from the dress kit. Yes, it has a bust fitting dart. It has a waist fitting dart in the front as well as in the back. Additionally, this pattern has 2.5 inches of wearing ease already built into it. How can you test that? Well, let's say that you are a 40-inch circumference bust line. You would mark in your 40 dot on the front and on the back. And if you measure from the 40 dot to center front, and then add to it the 40 dot on the back to center back and multiply it because we have two halves to our body, you're going to end up with 42.5 inches in your pattern. That's generally the minimal amount of wearing ease. Now, if you want something tighter than that or skin tight to your body, then it's called a melange. It's not called a sloper, which is what I call the body blueprint because it does give you some wearing ease. And because we have a shallow arm side here, the sleeve that goes into this bodice is a bell-shaped cap sleeve. You can see how high the cap is, and the whole purpose of that is to go up and over top of your shoulder bone. And you'll also notice that there is an elbow fitting dart. That's because it's intended to sew with woven fabric, but another benefit of the kits is that you can sew with knits when you want to. And so on the reverse side of this pattern, you'll see a sleeve pattern to use when you're sewing with a knit fabric. Now let's take a look at the shirt pattern. Here's the shirt front. And when we look at this, it's going to give you more ease. Why is it going to give you more ease? It's because it doesn't have a bust fitting dart. So if we mark in the 40 dot on this one, front and back, measure them and add them together, then what you're going to get is approximately 5 to 6 inches of ease in the pattern because it gives you a much more looser look, and it's much more of a casual kind of design. I always like to say, think of it as a camp shirt, but what I'm wearing right now, this is called Split Collar Fun. This is one of the new projects for you in the Sew Simple shirts. It doesn't look like a camp shirt at all, and I have sewn it out of a knit. So again, more differences between the dress and the shirt kit. Well, let's take a look at the sleeve. Now what you're going to be seeing here is a sleeve that is wider across from underarm to underarm, and it has a flatter cap to it. Now, anytime when you have a flatter cap, it means that you might have a few more fold lines going up toward your shoulder bone. Remember back in the dress kit, the higher the cap, the more it's going to come up over top of your shoulder. And any pattern, whether it's SureFit Designs or not, when it has this deeper arm's eye, it will have a lower, flatter cap, and that's the style of sleeve that it produces. So those are the basic differences. And if you have a full bust, you may prefer to add a bust fitting dart in here. There are directions to do that in the shirt kit instruction book, as well as there is a free video in the SureFit Designs Learning Center on how to add the bust dart, and in our DVD series called the Shirt Fitting Course, that also gives you directions for putting in a bust dart. And if you're a very full busted lady, what that bust dart is going to do is to help it hang more evenly on the front of your body, because remember, your bust comes out like this and this is a flat pattern. So you'll certainly have that option. Now, let's take a look at The blouse that I have on this mannequin here, this is an example of a garment done from the shirt kit. And if we take a look at the blouse that is on this mannequin, this is an example of a blouse that's been done from the dress kit. Now what we're going to do is pull the two of these together and I'll make some comparisons. Now let's compare these two garments. I call this one a blouse and this one a shirt. Why? Because this one was designed from the dress kit bodice and this was designed from the shirt kit. So let's take a look at the similarities and differences. In this one, you are going to see the waist-fitting darts and you're going to see the bust-fitting dart right here. Then on the front, we have a sewn-on facing, and I've contrasted the fabric and did the collar in the contrasting fabric as well. And I've also put on a short sleeve with a decorative band on the bottom. Remember, this is the dress kit. It has 2.5 inches of ease in the bust line. Now let's take a look at the shirt kit. Very similar features. Buttons up the front. It has a sewn-on facing. It has the same collar design as the dress kit shirt does, or dress kit blouse does. The difference is that I have rounded the corner and I've done the piping up the front and on the collar. And then the sleeve also is a short sleeve and it is piped. What's the difference between these two sleeves? Well, the sleeve on this shirt pattern has a larger circumference and the sleeve on this dress blouse has a smaller circumference. And of course I pointed out the bust-fitting dart, and this one does not have a bust-fitting dart. You could easily add one if you wanted to. So even though they have similar design features to them, one was done from one kit and one was done from the other kit, because they're going to give you a totally different feel and look on your body. Now, again, versatility. The purpose for both of these kits is so that you maximize the different kinds of looks and styles that you can create with the entire SureFit design system. Now, as we go into the So Simple shirts, I already mentioned that one of the patterns is going to be this split collar fun that I'm currently wearing. This was sewn out of a slinky knit. And there is another one called the About Town tunic, also sewn out of a knit. It's longer, it looks great with skinny jeans or leggings. And the third design is how to do the raglan sleeve. So with that, I'd like to invite you all to join us in the design and sew-alongs coming up for the shirt patterns. I know you're going to enjoy them and the great flexibility that that shirt pattern can give you. You'll find all the SureFit designs, design and sew-alongs at www.sewfitacademyonline.com. Come and join me there.